Hi, welcome back to Tim's Garage. Not in my garage today. I am in a very special car. That's a new car. Well, actually, it's a really old car, but it's new to me. Well, no, it's not actually new to me either. Let me tell you this story. I'm going to show you some pictures, and I'm going to tell you what I've done and what I'm going to do to this. So, when I was 17, I've got my first car. It was a 1971 Buick Skylark. Um, I sold it in 2011, and between that time, I put like 60 or 70,000 miles on it, drive it to and from school and work, and friends' houses and stuff. And quite honestly, it's amazing I'm even alive. These cars, if you crash them hard, you're basically dead. They're not, I mean, they're tanks, but a head-on collision, it's nothing like the cars we have today. And I drove mine like an absolute maniac every single day. Sorry, mom and dad, but your the little boy wasn't an angel in this car, but I'm here to tell the tale, and I have all my limbs, and that car never really actually got smashed up too bad. So I sold it in 2011 and regretted it ever since. I've been looking for one of these for a long time, off and on, for the last 19 years, ever since then. And I made a video with the pictures I had just on a whim, and I was like, I wonder if there's one of these out there. I'm in a different area. Maybe there's one local. I'll just check, and here it is in Aurora. There's this listing for a '72 Buick Skylark 4-door. The guy wanted 10 grand for it, and he just lowered his price down to 8. And I immediately knew this is the right car for me. But I was a little hesitant because I didn't want to get a car that had it was a different car, right? It wasn't my car, and I was afraid that I wouldn't get my car back. But as soon as I sat down on it, it doesn't matter. This is my car, right? The great part about this car is it is all original. 66 some thousand miles on, about 50,000 miles with the original owner, and word was that he parked it in the 80s and really didn't even drive it past then. And the guy I bought it from, he bought it at about 60-ish thousand miles. He said he put about 7,000 miles on the car, and then sold it to me. And he had it for about 10 years. The car doesn't have a speck of rust on it except for one little spot about the size of a silver dollar in the rear driver quarter panel. It's actually really good. And it has carpet interior, so there's the interior's not going to be rusted. The floorboards aren't going to be rusted out from the inside out. Um, Overall, there's basically nothing wrong with the car. It'll clean up really nicely, and it's actually even funny. The spare tire in the trunk was dated 1978. So I'm fairly confident the guy was absolutely serious that this car didn't even get more than a couple thousand miles every couple years after the 80s. I mean, I don't know. I haven't talked to the original owner. I don't even know if he's around. If he's around or alive, I'm going to talk to the guy I bought it from, see if I can get a hold of the guy. He might not be around anymore. I don't know. But it's my car now, and I will never get rid of this, ever, because it's impossible to find. It's a 4-door, but it's not, it's pretty rare to find 4-doors that are survivors. You're not going to find, you're not going to find anything else in a 4-door that's in good shape. They're all clapped out. I didn't want a project that was like a full restoration project or rusted out, a whole bunch of stuff is missing kind of thing. And I didn't want a trophy car, because I could have bought one of these in a 2-door that was fully restored for like $30,000 or $40,000, and I don't have that kind of money. And even if I did, wouldn't be the car that I wanted, because I want to be able to drive it. I want to be able to sit in it. I want to be able to, get a greasy palm on the paint and have to clean it up and not worry about it. So, well, this car, as soon as I got it, I did an oil change in it and aired up the tires, and just drove it around just a little bit, work out some kinks, and I got some new tires for it, and sat it and started to do some work to it. So when I got the car, I did an oil change right off the bat, made sure there's air in the tires, and then ordered new tires for it, put those on, and just went through the whole car, looking at everything, kind of giving a basic diagnosis of the health of whatever it needed, and then formulated a game plan of what I want to do to the car, and how much I'm willing to spend, because the sky's the limit when you can work on these cars. So I've already done a coolant change. That was actually very lengthy and very, very difficult. When I did the coolant system initially, I was just going to flush it a couple times and just do a couple pictures, but it really turned into a big ordeal. And that's why I made a full video on it. It's going to be fairly lengthy. But what I have in store for this car is to fix anything that's inherently wrong with it. There's a couple things that are a little broken armrest here, or worn down armrest here. One of the brake hubs is really kind of weird. It doesn't look like the lug nuts were tight, and it was driven around for a while, but it's fine right now. So what's in store for this car? So I have purchased a mountain of parts. Here is the list of all the parts that I have purchased so far, and a list of all the things that I'm going to do to the car. Each one is going to be made into a video. So please subscribe and ring that bell for that notification, because I am making videos on this car. Probably every 2 to 3 weeks, I'll have a video out of what I've been doing to this car, from transmission flush, differential change. The timing cover needs a new gasket, needs to be cleaned up. I've replaced the starter. There's a whole host of stuff that I'm doing to the car and fixing it up and performing it. Now, what I don't want to do is do like an LS swap or put something that doesn't belong in the car. So anything that was semi-period correct for this car is something that I'll do eventually, way down the road, when we buy our house and I have a garage set up, and we are financially able to do something like this. I'm going to do a 455 Buick swap into this. That's going to be a great, and I'll eventually do a frame up restoration on this car, because it's in such good shape. All it needs is basically just to be cleaned and repainted and a couple other stuff like that. I'm going to do a Meguiar's number 7 restoration on the paint and a paint correction. So I'm going to wrap this up by saying I finally found the car that I had when I was a teenager, and it's very sentimental to me, and I'm really happy to share this with everybody. So subscribe, whatever. I usually don't say that junk because it's what boomers say to get views on their videos, but really subscribe to this channel, because you're not going to see the updates that I do. Plus, it definitely is going to help me out a little bit with doing some of these repairs and whatnot. And primarily, this is just fun for me to make these videos. That's why they don't look the greatest. I really don't care about the production value of the videos. I just want to, show what's going on and kind of document the process of what I've been doing, because it's fun for me. So, all right. I'm going to upload the next video next week, and that's going to be in chronological order of what I've been doing to this car. So that'll be the transmission flush and the coolant change. Those 2 videos will be out in a couple weeks. So stay tuned for that, and I'll see you there.